Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, hope you're well, and if it's the first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. What I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world, maybe show you a trick or two along the way. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. But first of all, I'm having a coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And this cup is quite involved in today's little chat. Why is that? Well, my wife actually sells them. She designs them and makes little Forex books. And if you look in the merch shelf, you'll see them. And there was a comment on one of them regarding fibs. Now it's public, so it doesn't matter that I showed. Just basically saying fibs are a waste of time. Well, I have a tendency to disagree with that, because I've been using them for well over a decade. And they've served me incredibly well every day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go to market and I'm going to build a chart up with a fib to see whether it's good, bad or indifferent. Now, I can only trade the way I trade because I've done it for so long. And what I will say is, when you're making a sweeping comment saying that they're a waste of time, you've got to know in what context they're being used. It's like saying an RSI is a waste of time. Well, why? It's been around since the 70s. Virtually every professional trader uses it. So it has to have some kind of merit, if you know what that merit is. So what we're going to do is we're going to flick on the chart, and I'm going to build this chart up purely with fibs. Now, there's the kind of the mug, in fib we trust, because I do trust it. And then there's the comments. And I'll give him a little shout out to Mike for this. But I think I'm right in what I say as well. I can't surfboard, but it doesn't mean the surfboard is useless. It just means it's a tool that I can't use. That is it. So let's have a little look at this. 5-minute chart, right? It's all over the place. Can't see anything in it. Well, drum it out so you can see it. Right, it's in a downtrend. We can see it. There's a daily. We can see clearly that is in a downtrend. So first thing I would do is I would look for some last drives. Well, the last one that I can see that is complete is this. Strong directional move. It's gone up, it's failed, it's broke out. Right, I want to see what the extension is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extension into this. Give me a second, because I'm just looking for the top. There's the top. And you pull that back into where it came from. So you've got 100% ratios. Right, well straight away, this is highlighting. It's looking for that level. Okay. Why? Well, because that is there. And then we can draw in a one above it. All right. So there's a trading arena based on a daily chart. Simple stuff. Pull it into 4 hours. What have we got? Well, it's pretty darn close to it. There's nothing really to draw fib on because it's a strong directional drive in a single direction. The only thing we've got is this. So I can use an extension again to cage up the price and see what's going on. Now this move started approximately there and it ended here. All right. Now this is tightening it up, and sure enough, as we tighten up, I mean, what I'll do is I'll put these in black lines and I'll change it to entry exits, because I like my high time frames different to how I'm going to enter this. Right, just draw that into there, that into there, and then I'm going to put this black line in here. All right. Right. So what this has done, all right, it's all hypothetical. If I've got my support and resistance lines, they will be in as well, but I'm not. I'm just going to use this. It's tightened that range up, but it's shown exactly where the stall points are. Right. That's giving me trading arenas. I can see it's in a downward trend, so I'm happy with that because it's breaking structure, and it's showing no signs of anything else. But it's also failing 50% fibs. So if it's failing a 50% fib, that means it's going to push down, and it will push down. So now we're caught between here and here, right? Simple stuff. Right, okay. Is this a valid level? Well, what can I see here? Well, I can see the motions in place, but I can also see an overextended candle, which is here. This is called a power shift candle. Get your extension on here, because I want to see how far this could feasibly push down to if it breaks that candle. Well, again, your 127 is highlighted exactly the same fib as before. It's now pulled in a tighter fib, which is here. And again, the price is stalled, bang along it, and it's highlighting this as well. All right. What we're trying to do is compress the price to a reasonable area you can get to. Right, now we're going to take it down into trading charts for entry exits. What have we got now? Well, now we can see there's been a strong drive, a rejection, and it's pushing up. And I've also got clear target points of where I can place a stop, where I can place a target for TP, which is down here. All right. So which one do I draw? How do I draw it? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can use that move, or you can use the last move. Now this one has retraced on itself significantly here, pushing up. I'm expecting the price to push down. Now I'm going to go back into the chart and I'm going to show you where that came from. All right, go out here. It's on a Murray sell. You can see it. Ka-thump. Until it tells you otherwise, that is selling. No sign of retracement. Fine. 4 hour. No sign of retracement. Thump. 1 hour. No sign of retracement, shallow pullback. And if I look at to measure this out, measuring tool, from here to there is 97. Pull that down. What do we know? The pullback is identical, 97. So if that's the case, from that pullback to this pullback has now given me an expansion point, which is here to here. So all I need to do is put a retracement on this. So it started there and it got down to roughly about there. Okay, you can see the failure rate. Now we can start putting entry exits in. This is all about reading a fib and reading a chart. Okay, so we're going to join that onto there. Boom. Just like so. Fib. I'm going to take this up to the 50 and then I'm going to look to see which one is the most logical to sell. Might even sell it on the break of where it's at now based on a 15-minute fib, because I'm not using anything but fibs to work this out. Take it down to 15 minutes so I can see what's going on. Failure on that fib. Stall point, you can see them here where the clusters are. Right, so it's this one. So it's this point here that I'm interested in starting to sort of buy and sell at. So I want a nice retracement into this, and I'm looking for the key fib areas. I'll draw these in green because these are what I'm going to enter on. Green. Just like so. One here, and I'm going to take it all the way up to the 50, up to that line, through the 50 to the 61, and we're actually ready to go into market now, near enough. Are we signs? So what we'll do is we'll drop £2 onto that. I'm not going to go merry mad because it's the end of the night. So just down there. Do it for, I don't know, 20 pips. Just like so. So what we wanted to do is we actually want it on this level here, but I'm happy with that, and we're going to target down into this 25 pips. Right, so that's moving up. We're going to put another order here. Whichever one's triggers first is the one we're going to go with. So we'll put that up here. And then I've got madness points that I can use as well, or extra orders that I can use as well, rather. So I'm going to drop that to there. I'm going to run this down onto here. Right, okay. So, are we good? Do we like this? Well, yes, I do like this. I think it's a good place to put trades. Just a second. I think probably that one's actually the better, to be honest. So let's have a look. All right, so we've got it mapped out. All right, I've got an order here. I'm going to let's see if that'll push up a little bit higher, and we're looking to get to this fib down here. So I'll get rid of this. Don't really need that anymore, you know. And for me to bear a couple of quid up there, it's not that bad. Sometimes you've just got to roll the dice. All right, so what we'll do, we'll go 5 minute candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. Yeah, that's about the place. There's the plateau, which is there. So we're going to use that doji indecision to place the order. Right, bingo. I can now follow this price up to get a half decent trade. So there's 20 pips from that point. So if I just match that there, right, job's done. Right, so we're in. So we're now committed to the trade. Let me just switch everything on so you can see it. I'm now committed to the trade from a 23 retracement. If that pulls up to here, I'll add into it to come back to the same place. But we're in a downward trend, so instead of using these to get in and get out, we're actually using them to get in for a continuation. Slightly different way of looking at the market. But who's to say it is wrong? Let's play it out and find out. Okay guys, there you go. Measured out, close these off. Now, there are going to be arguments saying these mean nothing, and I am aware of that. But let's just have a look at the makeup of this. Look where it's stalled. Bang on a key line. Now look where it's stalling. Bang on a key fib from a higher point of view. Now, if I drill into this on a minute chart, bang, 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 bang. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Every single one of them fib lines I've put in has been respected. And it isn't a case of just stalling or one thing and another. This is a minute chart, so it's minute by minute. Down into it. Boom, 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 boom. Thinks about it. Comes down. Thinks about it. If these weren't relevant, the candle would just smash straight through it and they'd be in the middle, they'd be all over. But even when they break through, they come back just to it. And they're spaced far enough apart that it can't be coincidence. Take this out to an hourly and it does exactly the same. There's 2. It showed you where the compression is and it respected that entire compression. Now, I did this incredibly quickly, just off the cuff, to show you that it can work, because I do it every single day. And if we pull this back down to 5 minutes, could have even held this, and what do we know? It's pushed down right onto it, right onto that level. So as a roadmap, they are perfect. So if it gets through this, I've now got a roadmap down here that I can work with. Simple stuff, simple stuff. Now, there are no holy grails in trading. And if you think you are, you're a fucking idiot. All right? But what they are tools that you can use. Now, how you use them is up to you. You know, we've all got access to the same tools. You could use an RSI. Why? Because everybody uses an RSI. You can use a stochastic. Everybody uses stochastic. You use a 533, 1435. Doesn't matter what your setting is, but you can use it. As long as you understand why you're using it. Are you using it for a general overview of direction, or are you just using it for a trigger on a 5-minute chart? Doesn't matter. Because no indicator, no roadmap, nothing will work unless you've got an understanding grasp of reading direction. And your direction is kind of king, you know. To me, levels are king because they give markers where the price is going to push to or from. But it means nothing if I don't know what the direction is. You know, you get your dominant direction, it'll forgive the bad entry. The fib can give you a structured area as to how and why you're going to enter the market. Now on this, it was a reasonable assumption it was on a pullback, right? How far is that pullback going to go? I don't know. And if you say you do, well, you've obviously got a crystal ball, because nobody knows. And you know why I say nobody knows? Because it's the future. We can have an educated guess, we can have a good idea, but a fib can help back that idea up. And I've just shown you right now. So that made me a few quid. Wasn't the biggest, but it was what? Where are we at? £2 into 40 quid in a couple of minutes. All right. And if we actually flick this back, it stalled bang on there before it started on its new journey, and its new journey has a chance to come here. So just watch the screen, see if it comes there. It's live today. You should be able to see the date on it. There's the date. It's 4:45, Wednesday, 27th of September. And you've seen that, and it's gone from that point, stall, straight down to here, stall, and now it's pushing through again. Simple, simple stuff, guys. So tell me I'm wrong, you know, which is fine. But don't make a sweeping comment saying it's useless. I've traded for decades, it's useless. Well, I've traded for decades and I find it very useful. So, two sides of the coin. Is what you're using useless? I won't say it is. Why? Because I don't know if it works for you. If it does work for you, brilliant. More strength to you. But if you're talking sweeping statements and you're not making a living from this, then you don't know what you're talking about, quite simply. And that's the problem with this industry. Most people make sweeping statements when they don't actually know what they're talking about. And the trading community is full of wannabes, but only a fraction of them make it. And the ones who make it are the ones that apply common sense to the charts. They are not looking to get rich, and they're working on basic fundamentals. Get your levels into place. Fibs can back those levels up. Understand what the market is trying to achieve from a higher time frame, and then use a low time frame for a key entry point. That's it. That's trading. And it all boils down pretty much to common sense. And sadly in this world, that is lacking. So there you go. A very quick trade. I just kind of wanted to switch the camera on and not prove a point, because I think that's unfair, but kind of show I can find a trade just by breaking a chart down with basic stuff. And that's all trading is, you know. it gives me a framework to work to. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.